Shalomi homies, what's up everybody? How are you doing today? How is your week? Are you guys glad people are done saying Happy New Year? Now, the entire New Year thing is completely pagan. The entire origins, all of it. It is one of these things that is just another tradition of men. And the thing is, the people of our Creator were not on this Gregorian calendar. It is obviously what we have to be in and around, but as far as what is the real calendar and the real appointed times, well, we don't have month names. In our Creator's calendar, we have month one, month two, month three, month four, and so forth. But, we don't have like January, February, all of these goddesses, all of these pagan deities. The sick thing is, excuse me, when people wake up and you can see the symbolism and the occult world that is all around us, it's really sickening. And a lot of people are still asleep. A lot of people have never truly woken up. And, I think a good place to start for those who haven't woken up, and there is a process, because for those who are awake, you guys know exactly what I'm saying. But for the people who are sleeping, you're probably just going, what do you mean I'm asleep? Well, the world that we are in right now operates on signs and symbols that the powers that be have, and they pushed amongst the people. And you can take out a dollar bill if you are from the United States of America, or you can find a US dollar bill online and look at the back side of it. And what you will see on the back side of it is something that people really don't even know why it is there. For the majority of the people, they have zero idea why it is there's an eye at the very top of a triangle, at the very top of a triangle in a triangle, basically. And you have to start somewhere there and start to understand that the world is controlled by a group of people that are the ones kind of in charge of this evil realm. And you will, if you are somebody who watches any kind of news, mainstream media, it's a danger to your mind, because everything that is coming off of that is complete lies. Complete lies. You're not going to get the news sitting there watching the programming television. You're not going to get it. If you want real news, there's other places to get real news. But you're not going to find anything but what the powers that be that live in this occult world that have the signs and symbols, such as the all-seeing eye of Satan on the back of the $1 bill. 1 second. I am so sorry about that. I hate when that happens. You get in that rhyme and rhythm and you're rolling, and it's some sort of distraction comes in. Of course, this phone's sitting right behind me, and there it is. But guys, this is where we're talking about turning off these outside influences that are demonic, that are satanic, that have our kids in trances, they have our people in trances. It is just such a crazy thing. And now as I sit there and I walk down the road and I observe the people all around me, they all have these ear pods, these wireless Bluetooth, wireless emitting crazy radiation blowing into your skull at all times. They're just completely walking around, their heads looking at their phones. They're out of touch of reality. And we are falling deeper and deeper and deeper into a enslavement of humanity, where the powers that be completely have the people where they're just literally drooling vegetables, just existing, paying their taxes, doing what the system tells them to do. And this is not what our Creator wants us to do. We should not be having these movies or music or raunchy stuff or any kind of evil into our lives as we are trying to figure out what citizenship into the kingdom looks like. And as we look for what citizenship into the kingdom looks like, it's a path that scriptures say most don't make it. As we read scriptures, as we talk about the little gate that you can go through, and there's just a road, but there's a wide path of destruction, and most don't find the kingdom. We want to be that small minority. We want to be the people that have chosen righteousness, that have chosen knowledge, that we've chosen our Creator over the lusts and the pleasures and the garbage and the destruction of this world, and the pit of hell is in the places that this world is going. It's a cesspool. It is a nasty, nasty place out there. And we as Yah's people need to be alert, awake, understanding the Torah, reading the Torah, knowing the commands, writing it upon our hearts, upon our minds, upon our souls. The first 5 books of Scriptures, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, is our foundational base that is built on rocks, that is cemented and fortified using heavy-duty rebar, a system that will never, ever break. And if we're building our lives and our world upon that kind of foundation, then we can seek the way forward. We can seek the kingdom. Because Messiah is not going to come and just go rip everybody up that is all just sinning, that is living in sin, that do not care what the Creator's ways are. Nobody in these R-word religions give a rip about the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator when we're told to live by them for all generations. And I talk about my brothers and sisters in chains a lot, but you know what? My encounters with them are every single day. And they pour their hearts, minds, and souls, and they trust me with so much information, so many things that they've told me, so many different communications of things that they're a very good people, and they're very much worth the time. And every single one of these guys grew up with no parenting that ever said, listen, there's a way forward that is not the way forward of the world. We know the basics, and we're not supposed to steal and do evil things of that nature, but we don't know what the instructions of our Creator are because we've been lied to. And so all of our parents probably never kept Torah, because all of the parents and all the kids all the way down have all fallen under a generational curse. Not knowing the Torah and living like a pagan is a generational curse. We didn't know we were supposed to read the Torah. We didn't know that the laws of our Creator are the most important things in our life. We didn't know because our parents didn't teach us for all generations. They didn't impress them upon our hearts and our minds and our souls so that we valued something other than the wickedness of this world. There's only one way forward, and we all have to be subservient, obedient people to the Creator. And when you're falling under amazing rules and regulations, why wouldn't you want to be an obedient subservient? What's the problem? Do you want to get sick and eat pork and do horrible things and molest kids and rip your neighbor off? I mean, what things do you want to do? Because when we see the things of the Torah, they're all righteous. There's nothing weird. We're not drawing pentagrams and cutting ourselves and making blood on the ground and conjuring demons, right? That's the stuff for devils. The way forward that we have is the reverse of bondage. And these religions, they've lied to us and said, oh, the law, that's just bondage. That's the first thing we're all programmed to say. Oh, yeah, that's bondage. What's bondage? The laws, the old things of Moses. Which ones? They don't even know. They have no idea what is even bondage or why they would not want to have such a good thing, as they all eat unclean food and pray over it and laugh and scoff at the laws of our Creator. Guys, that's all demonic. That's all satanic. We need to have the biggest value on the Torah as we try to seek our Messiah. Getting to our Messiah, we're not going to make it to him if we're lawless. He says clearly in Matthew 7, the lawless go to hell. He says it twice. Depart from me. That means beat it. Kick rocks. It's over. Adios. Right? So we want to be obedient people. How do we become obedient people, guys? We start reading our scriptures. We open the book and we start using the time that we have right now to enhance our spiritual direction and our understanding of the current world we have, because we're defenseless without the scriptures. We have no defense. And so as these things in life arise and take us to school, at least if you have the Torah, you know the ways our Creator would have us go in all these situations, right? So guys, with that, this is Yah Scriptures. What you see before you is probably, I stand by it, the greatest English translation. I've fallen in love with the Scriptures. Many, hundreds of people have fallen in love with the Scriptures. this is a good scriptures. We have people that have committed massive murders and done very, very horrible things that are just very angry inside, that are now reading these scriptures, that are all understanding the laws of our Creator. It is something that has blossomed into something more than simply trying to destroy the Hallelujah Scriptures, who has destroyed countless lives and stolen from people for over a decade and just hurt so many people. What these people did at the Hallelujah Scriptures that they will have on their soul forever is 13 years of not in mass shipping Bibles to prisoners. After all these years, everybody thought they were all just shipping mass amounts of Bibles and scriptures and all these things into the prisoners. When they come to find out that everybody who worked there, they all have letters they were told not, don't worry about, file, classify. If they write back, they will deal with it. But it is something that they never did. And just right now, in the year or so that we've been popping these into the people in chains, people are falling on their knees. People are like, wow, I have gangsters. I have a leader of a Crips, one of the guys that is able to pull off all sorts of crazy operations. This dude is on his knees wearing zeet seats in prison. He's out there saying, shalomi, homie. He's like, Jay Boss, he's like, we're all in here saying shalomi, homie. We like that. Yeah, I think we're going to say you coined the phrase. And I didn't coin the phrase. I picked that up along the way as well. I think it's a great thing. So you see the hand of our Creator as he works, and in mass, if they would have been doing what they said they were doing, instead of ripping the people off, getting very, very, very rich, buying all these properties in New Zealand, doing this stuff, that's what they did. And they got exposed. And so now we have the opportunity to make these changes, to get these scriptures into these people in chains. And guys, I have a brother that's coming out today. His name is Noe Gonzalez Jr., and I've been talking to this cat for over 2 years, I think, maybe, back and forth. And Noe was leading a group of Torah-keeping brothers in Texas jail, and it has blossomed out inside of there. He has a bunch of people, and Noe blessed everybody in that tier about 13 or 14 days ago, because he was about to get out, and then they started moving him from wherever they move him until they're finally going to release him this morning. But everybody, he wrote me. He was one of the letters we found that were unopened, that was begging for a Hallelujah Scriptures. And this guy, when I finally found him, I got him a Hallelujah Scriptures. I got all this guy's Hallelujah Scriptures. And then from another brother, not from Hallelujah Scriptures, we had a case of them ourselves that we were shipping just for these guys, and we were able to do it. And then when we got Yah Scriptures in, we blasted all these guys off, as many Yah Scriptures as we could, anybody that wanted it. And so there's tiers of these guys that are out there, and they email us constantly. We are shepherding a very large group of very special brothers and sisters that have done some very bad things in their lives. And I blame the system. I blame the parents. I blame all of the generational curses that we have fallen under because we have not kept the laws of our Creator. So guys, this is where we can break these generational curses. We can stop this madness. We can achieve something that none of our foremothers and forefathers obviously got, and we can do the best we can and shepherd our kids now when we wake up and when we find this way forward. So guys, Yah Scriptures is in the description below. You can purchase this for everyone that we get sold. We can get one completely free of charge into our brothers in chains. It's just been an amazing thing. And so guys, that's the front. That is the back. And let us get into this. And this is the Yah Scriptures app. You guys don't actually need to buy the book or anything like that. All the free versions are at yahscriptures.com. Go to the downloads. There's eSword modules. There's Google Apps. There's PDFs. There's everything that we can possibly give away for free is there. It's all, use it as you guys want. Do whatever you want with it. There's no copyright on it. There's no nothing. It's just out there for you guys to use as will, to read, to absorb, to make your soul grow, to make the potential that we can all embrace each other in this kingdom to come and look each other and go, yeah, you know what? We did it. We found the way. Our eyes are opened, and you know what? Look, it paid off. Look at where we're at. Look at what we can do, and look at who we can serve. Look who our master is. Look at our Messiah. Look at that. Look, what a savage. He is just a leader, an inspirer, a thinker, an understander, and nobody is ever better to lead us in Torah than the Son of the Most High. And so for that, hallelujah to Yah, that he is he's graceful to us and merciful, and will open the eyes of those who are willing to listen. Here we are, last book in Yah Scriptures, the book of Khalidi, one of my favorites. Guys, it's taken us a long time to get there. I talk a lot with you guys, and the only thing I miss is the two-way conversation. I wish we could all sit around a big table and chat and talk, but you know what? I think there is going to be coming a day when we can do this, and so I think these relationships and these friendships, even though they're virtual and digital, things like that, I think they're going to pay off in the future, if you know what I mean. So here we are, 14:1, Yahushua, and that's his Paleo-Hebrew name right there. And the 12 left the shores of the western sea, and after preaching in many places, came to the Sea of Galilee, where Yahushua and 7 of the apostles took ship with Nathanael's brother and passed over to Dalmanutha. About this time, Herodias Antipas heard about the activities of Yahushua, whose fame had spread, for he was unlike the other teachers. A rumor had started that he was Yochanan of the wilderness, raised to life, and this explained his powers. For only in one able to come back from the dead could such an abundance of power manifest. He thought he was one of the old Nevi'im returned, prophets, but were unable to explain his powers. Though these things brought fear to Herodes' heart, he took no action. So, we have this, this is the guy that took out John the Baptist and John the Immerser, and so Yochanan. And so this dude is going to obviously take note and kind of be a little bit worried. When if you were the guy that was to execute somebody and they were raised from the dead, it's probably not going to be good for you. You know what I mean? Okay. 3, others said, the same as Yahushua, who was born Yeshua, son of Yosef and Miriam, claiming to be a Navite, dedicating people to serve the cause of Elohim, that a reign under his rule may come to earth. So this is a lot to take in a very small amount. So it's interesting right here, and this was interesting in the text, right? When we were translating this and putting this book together, that the same is Yahushua. The same is Yahushua, which is the Paleo-Hebrew name, who was born Yeshua. I don't know what to make of that, but here's something that we should all take note of. The name Jesus does not mean salvation. It means the son of Zeus. It's Isis, right? It is, the joke is on us. We're going to name it the son of Zeus, and you're all going to say, ask Zeus into your heart, and Zeus is going to save the day, right? We all got played. So that's one big thing to take note of here. The second one is that the people seem to understand what our Messiah was about, right? What is our Messiah doing? He's dedicating people to serve the cause of Elohim. What does that mean, to serve the cause of Elohim? Well, guys, that's the Torah, right? The cause and the will and the ways and the word of our Creator is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. It's when he existed with us in a physical form, as in a cloud by day, fire by night, dwelling with us in between the cherubim wings, dealing with all of this. And he says, I want you to behave like this. I want you to act like this. These are the rules and regulations of a people who are supposed to be called my people. So, guys, when you start following people, anyone in the world, you follow them because of the things that they do and the things they like. We should be following our Creator because he does great things. And here's something crazy. Just a side note, I'm going off in the weeds. We'll be back. There are over 1 trillion or more different kinds of animals that are all taking a breath at the same time as we do. Think about this. Of all the animals, insects, bacteria, things we know, things we don't even know, there's 1 trillion different creations coming in and around all of us at the same time. Think about that. 1 trillion. And when they're talking about different kinds of bacteria, they said a number like 9 to the power of 12. It was a huge number of all of the things, even smaller, the things we can't even see. So when you think about a creator who's created all of this in this pristine fashion, And being out in the jungle, I will say I probably get a bit and run by 40 different kinds of insects in any kind of a week. There's all sorts of things. I get welts, I get itches, I get all sorts of stuff. I get these things feast on the humans, right? We are the minority out here in this jungle. And so there's a lot of stuff, right? We have an amazing creator, and his cause is to be his people. He has engineered us with a way that we can choose righteousness or we can choose wickedness. And if we will choose his way, then we are qualified people for the kingdom to come, to serve under him, right? That's what this is all about. Are we loyal? But you think nailing the laws on the tree, how loyal is that? Think about that for real. How's that for loyal? Yeah, like, I've taken everything you said, and it's as you're sitting there pounding it in the tree. It's been good, but we're going to go to the new way. We're going to go to the Jesus, and then we're going to go once saved, always saved, and the rapture's coming for us, right? Don't worry about anything. Don't read your scriptures. Read Paul. Read here and there. Don't read out of Matthew for real to study. Just read here and there, right? That's the way of the Christian. That's the way of religion. I'm not just picking on Christians. I'm picking on every kind of religion there is. It's not a religion, guys. Torah is a way of life. That's what it is. Okay, continuing on. Messiah says he's here to serve the cause of Elohim. That's why he's there, right? And then a rule under his rule may come to the earth. So this is probably real confusing, but the people were in awe. When the boat carrying Yahushua and the 7 with him came to the shore, it was drawn up near to some women who were washing. And one shouted, "Glory to Yahuwah, and Baruch be the one through whom he manifests." Yahushua said, "Glory is not yours to give, neither does the sovereign of glory need it. Therefore your words are empty of meaning. Give service instead." Oh, snap. So there we go. This might shock people, right? Glory to Yahuwah, Baruch be the one through whom he manifests. And our Creator's Son says, don't worry about that. It's not needed. What you need is to serve. Serve in the way of our Creator. How do we do that? Well, we read the Torah. We know the Torah. We write it on our heart, mind, and soul. Then we know that we have to love our neighbor as ourselves, which is the second of the greatest commandments. So, that gives us a tremendous amount of responsibility, because could be potentially a tremendous amount of neighbors. Our neighbors and our family, according to our Messiah, are those who keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Now, that is probably 95, 99% of the people all around you guys. It's like me. I mean, it's only my family and I. Everyone else I've ever found that were like Torah keepers put up Christmas lights, put up all this other stuff. They keep the pagan holidays and stuff like that. So, give service instead. Here we go. Another woman cried out, "Baruch are the breasts that suckled you." Yahushua answered, "The Baruch are those who hear the words of Yahuwah's messengers and obey them." Hang on, everybody. People are popping off fireworks here. Okay, and I think I'm already gone too far, because I got a first part of this as well. All right, so let's go right here. So the woman says, "Baruch are you, the breast." So he was talking, Baruch are the breasts that suckled you. So you're talking about his mother. Yahushua answered, "The Baruch are those who hear the words of Yahuwah's messengers and obey them." Okay, what are the words of Yahuwah's messengers? It's always the same, right? Obey the Torah. Walk in the way of righteousness. Walk in the way of Kodesha. That's what it is, right? Our life should not be a religion of anything. Our life is simply using the instructions that have been manifested inside of scriptures, that have been preserved in the scriptures for all these times, and we love them. We embrace them. They become happy. They become cool things, right? Cool people keep the Torah, right? The pagans and the Gentiles, it's not for them. It's not for them, which is what scriptures say. Most people don't make the kingdom. I think we're gonna end this thing right here, guys. We're gonna end it right here where Messiah says, "Who hear the words of Yahuwah's messengers and obey them." here we are, right? Here we are at the end of this again, the subject and the theme of all scriptures, guys, from the beginning of Genesis all the way to the end of the Apocrypha. It's all the same. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. All through the rest of this stuff, you find all of these guys. Here's the thing in Yah Scriptures you don't find anywhere else. The Testament of the 12, right? Here it is. You will find that at the end of their lives, they all put out a lot of like final notes. This is the stuff that took me to school. This is how it was. These are my failures. These are my errors. These are the things. And every one of these guys had a pretty interesting ending, things that they discovered in life, things that they had done completely wrong, right, stuff that you would not want their kids. They didn't want their kids to fall in the same traps they did. So, guys, all of these scriptures all say the same thing. There's no place in scriptures. You might find something in Paul's writings that have nothing to do with scriptures whatsoever, right? And I know that makes everyone furious. Like, oh, we need Paul's writings. You don't really need Paul's writings. I really like Hebrews. I know a lot of people don't like Hebrews. I really like Hebrews. I think it is a great book. There's some great stuff in Paul's writings. Very, very tricky stuff to figure out. Very stuff you have to understand. But if you have a foundational, concrete base like this stuff right here, these 5 books, that's your stuff. You're not going to get fooled. You're not going to get tricked into this stuff. When people are like, oh, the laws are gone, you just go, ha, 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 ha. Right. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Much love to you all. I'm out.